It's the key. They say we run out of audio, video on the last show, but we got a hell of a situation. We got male ladies getting killed. We got male men getting killed in the city of Dalton, in Illinois, and all other surrounding community. We got people being convicted of sex crimes, child abduction crime, child kidnapping crime. And shout out to John Walsh. Shout out to John Walsh, America's Most Wanted. We want to shout out John Walsh this morning as he brought awareness to the public. See, it was a crisis that was lacking, and John Walsh himself said, "Well, I'm going to do something about it." He was motivated by deficient government planning. And zookeepers say we had early Head Start, serving Rock and Walworth County. And he don't understand why, in the city of Beloit, we got no artificial intelligent robot displays. We got so many people in other cities, other states. They got this thing called artificial intelligent, preschool. It's preschool training. The instructors sitting back, putting the videos on from YouTube, and they getting over 50, 60, 70, 80,000, 90, 100,000 a year as part-time workers. And then we got, shout out to Dewey Avenue, Henry Avenue, shout out to Head Start. It's a zookeeper with his, if you don't mind, and have you created generational wealth for you, your family, your loved ones, and your friends, as you know God don't give us forever to live. A zookeeper, the Reverend Zookeeper, he say, have you in a human body with a human mind, talking, walking, smelling, tasting, touching, and living out the scriptures of the goodness of God, created generational wealth for your family members, your loved ones, or your friends, or are you just in the way? It's zookeeper. It's a zookeeper with his, if you don't mind, and have you created generational wealth for you, your family, your loved ones, and your friends, as you know God don't give us forever to live. A zookeeper, the Reverend Zookeeper, he say, have you in a human body with a human mind, talking, walking, smelling, tasting, touching, and living out the scriptures of the goodness of God, created generational wealth for your family members, your loved ones, or your friends, or are you just in the way? It's zookeeper. It's a zookeeper with his, if you don't mind, and have you created generational wealth for you? We still in it. It's a zookeeper. And he want to know at the Beloit Public Library, is this handicap accessible or not? We had a donation donated to the Beloit Public Library by Diane Hendricks and her family. And zookeepers say he don't know if the handicapped people are able to be in this terrain. There's no prohibition to or for against handicapped accessible people coming to this part of terrain, enjoying this part of the landscape that's here at the Beloit Public Library. He confused about it. He say he a YouTube auditor. He a non-accredited lawyer, and he a pastor. And sometimes the things that he say rob the humans of their imagination because they declared decree that they was real rich. They declared decree that they deserved all the titles. And he come around trying to figure out why the policies, the process, the procedures, the customs, the traditional acts ain't being followed according to case law. And when zookeeper, but look, as we haven't got in it, and it was a beautiful thing. You could say the women need to get their outlook a little bit more appropriated in the situation where we are saying that we want a little bit more. We believe in God. Shout out to New Life Ministries service time, 6 p.m. Wednesday night Bible study. 9:30 a.m. Sunday school, 10:30 a.m. It's Reverend Zookeeper Rookies, and another rumor has just surfaced on the rumor mill. We got in the black community and in the Caucasian community and all other communities. We got the people say they want to vote for Kamala Harris because she the first woman president that's ever made it to this level of being the president besides Hillary Clinton. And we know Clinton, we can't really speak on that situation, but they say in the city of Beloit, the black community, all native people to African American, all native people to Caucasian, all native people to Hispanic, all native people to anything that Reverend Eagle condensed, man, did not say as an ethnic race. Eagle say in 2024, the people say that they don't care what President Donald J. Trump agenda is, they gonna vote for Kamala Harris because they want to see a first black president. And do you agree? It's Reverend Eagle, it's Reverend Zookeeper Rookies, and another rumor has just surfaced on the rumor mill. We got in the black community and in the Caucasian community and all other communities. We got the It's me, Rookies. Zookeeper, if you will, and we fact check it. We fact check it. We fact checking for the Trump campaign this year, 2024. We have a lot of humans who say they don't want to vote for Trump because he's trying to take back the Constitution and bring back slavery. And Zuki would say he spoke to an anonymous source that spoke for Trump, and they say that was not what he really said. So let's lock it in. It's who he say. And as we talking about this subject matter, we wanna name this bridge. We see in the city of Beloit, in the state of Wisconsin, the United States of America, the county of Rock. When you go over the bridge, they got the Ken Hendricks Memorial Bridge, and then we got nothing here. And back to what we was just at, the 2024 Trump campaign. The people say they don't want to vote for Trump because he's trying to bring slavery back. And we got a fact check from a reliable source, and that it's the Zookeeper Rookies. We up early in the morning. Today's date is beautiful. We woke. We thinking rationally, and we trying to do all irrational behavior that had occurred in the kingdom of God by the people who say they believe in God. We want to shout out the dwelling angels. We want to shout out the Saturday meal, 12 to 1, and cleanup time. We're going to need some help with some volunteers, if you will, if you believe in God and if you believe in cleaning up after yourself. If you ate a good meal, a good nutritionist meal, downright vicious, delicious, and righteously fine, and you trusted the cook and you look forward to this cooked food. If you happen to be one of these individuals who come to the Dwelling Angels, sponsored by Beloit Public Library, sponsored by Nick, for director of library. Beloit is what we say. And Zookeeper say him and Nick had a few gripes, but we worked it out. And as we trying to work things out today, Zookeeper say we want to meditate on the scriptures day and night. Because when we don't meditate on scriptures day and night, then the people in uniform and higher positions can use us as pawns. And we trying to figure out whether or not Officer Victoria A. Bailey, before she even became a police officer, she used to be. She was. I don't understand. I haven't got to hear this woman sing in over 4 years. And it has hurt Eagle. 3.5 years, he used to go to church just to hear this woman sing.
and sing. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. Sometimes she off key, sometimes she right on point, but nevertheless, it was the tone of the voice that Zookeeper say he had fell in love with. And then, Lord behold, one day he on his Suzuki motorcycle going to get him some ground beef, make him a big old ghetto burger. You know the ghetto burger, the big burger. I mean, it's so big, about 5, 10 pounds of ground beef. We put in the skillet at one time and put the onions, the bell peppers, the tomatoes, cilantro, all the fast seasoning that I can't give you all the ingredients. But we focusing on something today, and zookeepers say a lot of women lately have seen him working as a lawyer, and they don't understand why he ain't got a girlfriend. And then we happen to stumble up on a situation where a zookeeper say he heard about Victoria and her dog, and she say she was still single, and he want to know how is it that two people are so driven in God's kingdom don't have anybody. It's a sick situation. Zookeeper say he ain't got a girlfriend, ain't had a girlfriend in a long time. He told Victoria if she can wait and hang on, now he would be her hero. He would be her Captain Kirk. He would be her everything. He would buy her jewels. He will adorn her with jewels. He will adorn her with travel. He would adorn her with so many different things, but she had to wait. And we want to know in the city of Beloit, state of Wisconsin, United States of America, County of Rock, if Victoria A. Bailey had waited on Zoo because he really was invested in this creature. I mean, it's a good thing to be able to tell a woman that you don't want to be with her. It ain't our season yet, and then see the woman actually wait. And we want to understand the difference between when God have a person meet you and when the human set it up. So it was a sick situation. It was a twofold measure. The human set it up, but then God said, "I want you to meet this individual. She gonna show you something that you never knew existed." And we got to shout Victoria A. Bailey out because when she came to the zookeeper, she showed him something that never existed. It never in his life was an opportunity for him to be asked on a date by a cop. And first and foremost, it never in his life occurred that he would be able to be approached by somebody that family members, loved one, friend in uniform under the First Amendment, whatever, asked him on a date. And we never had thought in the history of all history, through history, when history was history, when man can trace back history through the lineage of their DNA and then the spiritual DNA of God. So we want to focus on the spiritual DNA of God today, and we want to elevate and take you to Galilee, as Jesus was in Galilee doing his thing with his people in human flesh. So let's lock it in. Zookeeper say he was approached by Officer Victoria Bailey for a date, and he just heard information privy to she's still single. And you got to look at this creature. I mean, she's so beautiful. And then when you hear her sing in the choir, it's so beautiful. But then when you think about why she's single, I mean, she get up and go to work every day. I mean, she always responsible. She grew up with a strong background, family lineage. People really took care of this woman. And then we got Zookeeper, a lifelong criminal. He just was the worst criminal, the worst womanizer, been with 700 women. And he said, you know what, for this one right here, God, I'm going to blow her imagination. I'm going to show her something that she never knew existed because she showed me something that we never knew existed, but she knew existed. But at the same time, it was a spiritual date. And zookeepers say this date was worth going to United States Supreme Court about. But it also was worth going to United States Supreme Court about because we got caught up in a situation where Victoria A. Bailey truly was a beautiful creature, truly had good motive, but her motive became false when she was intimidated by the government and the position they had put in. We got to understand what happened. And before we understand what happened, We got to lock this in. 1 Timothy, second chapter, verse 5. For there's only one mediator between man and God. His name is Jesus Christ, our Lord, our Savior, our Master. Only for true Christian. And then we go to 2 Timothy, second chapter, verse 15. Study the word, divide it rightly, and show thyself approved unto God and not man, according to thy word. So here it is. Zoo keep telling the people he's smart. He's been to Supreme Court 10 times. He's been writing grants and proposals for the government for a long time. But he never in his life filed the paperwork. We gotta stop. We gotta distinguish the fact that the government, state and federal, will not allow any private citizen, none accredited, to file paperwork in the court on their behalf. So, who name was this paperwork in is the question we must pose as we trying to contemplate thy frame and meditate on the wonders of God. And as we trying to meditate on the wonders of God, here it is Zubin with 700 women. But when he got approached by Officer Bailey, he stopped. But you got to ask Officer Bailey this. And this information Zoo giving out today is only privy to the people who have access to the Walmart footage. We talking about when the switchboard operator sent Officer Bailey to engage Zookeeper. They never knew it would get to this point. And the point of the matter is, Zookeeper say he truly was a pastor. He truly was a non-accredited lawyer, and he truly was the worst government auditor to ever be auditor because he had sat back in prison for over 25 years, reading law books, reading city code, and imagining building his own country and keeping the codes up with the 10,000 interchangeable codes that we notate as codes in city, towns, villages, provinces, and states, international and national, regional and district. So as we trying to distinguish the fact that Zookeeper has suddenly ended up on YouTube every day saying that Officer Victoria A. Bailey was possibly victimized, intimidated, and bullied when he said he had a star witness. And we want to figure this out because God always put the government in a position where the crooks, like Officer Fonny, all the other crooks that's been crooked. And we want to shout out the ATL strip club as we got information about that Atlanta strip club and some human in uniform, but we can't give out names, was enjoying himself at the strip club on the taxpayers' dollars. We want to stop it, Brooke. We want to figure this out. We got a police officer that should have got a pay raise once she ran up on him. But she did not know he was truly rich. And he did not know she truly wanted to invest in him. So here it is. 3 years later, Zookeeper say he in it, and he's still on YouTube talking about him and Victoria Bailey got unfinished business, but it's worth going to the Supreme Court about. And we want to understand what happened to Officer Bailey. Once the people put her in a position where her job could be in jeopardy. So let's figure it out. Zookeeper say he was a non-accredited lawyer. He was a grant writer for the government, state and federal, in prison. And he was so good with the law that he was asked on one occasion, hey, could you write a grant and a proposal for programming? Do you know anything about civil law? And do you know about employment contract clause violations? Because we don't want to get in trouble. So Zeus say he signed a non-disclosure, but the non-disclosure is not available. And then he say, through the United States Supreme Court, he has changed so many laws that the police didn't even know he was capable of doing these things. So they sent him Officer Bailey. She was so beautiful, people. We gotta understand how beautiful she was. She fully was beautiful. She fully was wonderful. She fully was gorgeous. And she fully was ready to be a woman. She wanted to play house. And Zeus said, we can't play house because I just got a death threat on my life. And they threw blood, baby. I mean, it was blood. It was a bloodbath. It was a tactic that the humans historically used when they wanted to intimidate, bully, and scare somebody. And then Zeus get on YouTube. He say, well, I got a police officer on my side. She's my star witness. You cannot stop me. But the people put all they could, all their energy into threatening the zookeeper. Death threats was in the skillet. Violence was in the skillet. Zookeeper say now he could see, and he trying to let Officer Bailey know, baby, hold on. I want to let you know something. You know, they engaged a conversation with you, and you may have been debate, and you may have not. You wanted to see who really was Zookeeper. You wanted that. You wanted me, baby. So here I am. Zookeeper say you wanted me, and here I am, baby. I'm at the Beloit Park looking for you, baby. I miss you. And you know I want to hear you sing. But God said it wasn't time for us to get together because it would have been too much power. You got the people with the gospel song. I mean, you robbed the people of their human imagination. We never heard no human sing like this. You should have been there, people. It was a hell of a situation. We talking about the Christmas solo. It was beautiful, rookies. It was wonderful. She on the stage. You know, she got a dress on. You gotta watch the footage. Mercy Hill Church solo. Also Victoria A. Bailey. Victoria A. Bailey, gospel singer. She out there showing out. I mean, God was with her. The spirit was moving. And then the women want to know why is it that Zookeeper's so obsessed with getting this point across to Victoria? Because God told him this is his assignment. We get assignment from God, and then sometimes we don't understand what assignment is. And Zeus said he want to shout out. He want to shout out. But we gotta understand what happened, rookies. It was a hell of a situation. Zookeeper, the worst criminal the streets ever seen. They say he wasn't fit for society. He would never make it in society. He would never be able to rehabilitate himself to the laws, the policies, processes, the city codes, federal codes, state code, to stay away from crime. And Zeus said he was a lifelong criminal. He had to commit crime. It was just like selling everything he wanted to sell. It was just like sleeping with 700 women. It was something that no, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was just pleasure. And he say he had to control his lust demon when he seen this creature. That's a strong thing to do when you see a beautiful, gorgeous woman and she want to play games with you. She want to play house. Zeus say he was in a hell of a situation. He got a $50 million opportunity. He got approached by Officer Victoria Bailey, the most beautiful cop he ever seen in uniform. And they say she got a strong faith. And see, you might think she ugly, but you say he thinks she very gorgeous. The most gorgeous little rookie that ever approached him. And he say when a woman approach you, you got to understand the approach. She playing for the long haul. You might be playing for the quick hit. And a swing and a miss ain't a swing and a hit. So we want to distinguish the difference from the constitutional foes of life as we worshiping today on Saturday. We got to start the Saturday out, and we want to shout out the dwelling angel. God said, I'm going to give you assignment through dream and premonition. And as we thinking about that for 1 minute, we want to figure out, did the police abandon Officer Bailey, intimidate Officer Bailey, manipulate Officer Bailey, as she broke the mold? She said, I want me a African American. I want me a strong man. You know, I'm finna go be a police officer. I want me a strong man. I want a man that'll take on anybody for me. He go against anybody but God. And here it is. Uh, here I am, the world's worst auditor, world's worst pastor, and the world's worst non-accredited lawyer when you play with him. So let's break it down. 3 subjects in the skillet. We got the Supreme Court petition for writ of search warrant. We got 21 issues in the skillet. And 21 is, did Chief Judge James D. Peterson empower all opposing counsels, 21 CV 555 JDP, all chief of police defendants, all switchboard defendants, and all city of Beloit police official, the chief, all the way down to lose her job through enticing the zoo illegally under the Fourth Amendment. And then when the skillet got hot, they ran. It's Reverend Eagle Cutting man. He say, let's simplify this thing. Issue 21 is in the skillet. Did the police, did Rock County Switchboard, did the FBI, did the CIA, did anybody manipulate Officer Bailey, tell her she was going to get a raise if she could bust Zoo doing illegal activity, but she had to come and be his girlfriend. And then when he turned her down and Sue, did they abandon her when the skillet got hot because they tried to use her like a little pawn? Because zookeepers say now that we got new information and he could see, you know, his eyes a little bit more open, if you will. I mean, open. You don't mind, let me dust my lip off. Zoo say his eyes is a little bit more open. He understand what John Walsh was saying. He understand what the police is saying. No, we need safer community. And Zeus say he done created his own job on YouTube. Well, I can't be your factory slave. I think I'm a little bit too smart for your factory. I think I'm a little bit too smart to be your school janitor. I think I'm a little bit too smart to be a factory worker. I think I'm a little bit too smart to play these games. It's time for me to come out of my shell, engage the police if they engage me wrong. And we talking about over 100 police reports. It's a hell of a situation. So zookeepers say he finna read off all 21 issues. Petition for writ of certiorari, United States Supreme Court, the best government writer of grants. And did the people know Zookeeper was already gonna do this, and that's why they sent them Victoria Bay. But we got to isolate the question. Issue 21. Did or did not law enforcement official, you know, before they made Victoria take the test, know to be a worker, die worker at the station, stop workers, before they made her take the test, did they test her loyalty illegally? Let's run it back. It's my baby. That's my baby. You know, when God say, go talk to him, go talk to her, you know, God gonna always make sure it's some interesting subject matters in the skillet, just privy to them two. And what's privy to me and Victoria at this time is if we could research Rock County switchboard records, the confidential ones, and the ones they have not given to through illegal evidence violations, confrontation right clause violation, Fourth Amendment right violation, 14th Amendment right violation, Fifth Amendment cruel and unusual punishment, Eighth Amendment cruel and unusual punishment, indifference to a serious condition, and 13th Amendment and 14th Amendment Ku Klux Klan barred slavery tactics. Did they send my baby thinking that Zoo would lay down and calm down after he got blood thrown on his cross? Did they do that? And did they not know Zookeeper really was a grant writer for government program? And as we see in that Zookeeper was, is, and should be, the best for the government, for the community, for everybody, artificial intelligence ain't nowhere in the loop. But then we want to focus on this question, because that's my baby. You got to understand how serious her eyeballs were. She played the role to the T. You got to understand she tricked Zoo. We got to watch all the church video. And that's what we after today. Because there's no way a woman can trick Zoo, but she did for a spell. Oh, it was a hell of a combination. She sung good. She had a beautiful physique. She was gorgeous. And she played like she was single. And she played like she wanted to be rich. She played like she was educated. And Zeus said he loved that about a woman who's educated. We can hold an intellectually stimulating conversation. We can talk about the moon, the stars, the sun, the grass, God all day, every day. But some days we can just look as we travel in a new country, new city, new regions. We can just look. Because based on my education and based on the way you sing, we should have been doing our thing. And Zoo on YouTube, telling everybody, hold on, me and my baby Victoria gonna buy the church. We want Mercy Hill Church. We want the Armory. We want the venue. We want everything. And the people thought Zoo went mad. Can you dig it? So Zoo say we in a hell of a situation today. Shout out to the Dwelling Angels. Dwelling Angels, they everywhere. Dwelling Angels everywhere. Dwelling angels everywhere, but you got to see the angel in them. And Zeus say he seen the angel in the baby. She come looking so beautiful, so gorgeous, so broke. Hey, you want, stop! That's my baby. This is what we do. So Zeus say, no, she was gorgeous, rookies. But then she was broke. And Zeus don't like a broke woman. No, we can't have no broke sex and we ain't gonna have no broke conversation. About what? You wasting my time. So Zeus say he up. And he's trying to figure out who did this. Got two people that's supposed to have been in a relationship long time ago, rich, traveling new country. International. Baby, where you want to go today? Oh, let's check out Spain. Let's check out Ireland. Let's check out Greece. Let's check out Ukraine. Let's go see what's going on over there. Let's go check out Russia. Let's go check out China. And Zeus say because, Victoria could sing real good, he could have promoted her through his church. She got a whole bunch of background singers, and some of them sing better than Victoria. But it's just God told him to listen to Victoria's voice. So he in church listening to Victoria's voice. She's singing her tail off. And here it is, Zookeeper in Walmart, turn around. Hey, Hey, you want to hang out? You know, they see Zoo with all the jewelry on. He keep his few dollars. You know, a few dollars never lets you run out of dollars, but then physical dollar really don't mean nothing when your life get threatened. And we want to figure out if Victoria Bailey would just for 1 minute, you know, with the popular people, let them see confidentially the footage because Zeus said, "Baby, we can't hang out right now, but after I get your bosses and all them who put you up to this, see, who put you up to this, baby, you could be my wife, but it might take 10 years because Zeus say, no, he go for money. It's the big pot." And he say he on video on YouTube. I'm thinking about Officer Bailey, but I'm thinking about suing for 1,000 trillion zillion gazillions with no shilling. And no shilling. You know, when I want to go somewhere, I go. I never broke. But today I stand before you broke. So shout out to Dwelling Angels and shout out to my little guardian angel. And we want to figure this thing out. Should we start guardian angels? My guardian angel. Barbie, guardian angel. Stop, Rookie. You know, we got Dwelling Angels. And then we got Barbie, Guardian Angel. But we gonna spell Barbie in a whole different way with Barbie. Had no copyright claim on Barbie. You got to understand what happened, Rookie. You know, a Barbie doll run up on evil. Run up on Zoo. Hey, I'm gonna go risk my life for a few dollars. Let's run that back. You know, it was the desperation in it. Hey, I'm gonna go take my test tomorrow to be a cop. I'm really gonna put my life on the line for these few dollars because I can't see like you see. Did you really get a $50 million opportunity? Rescue me! And Lord, behold, Zeus say, his baby walked up on him. No, he 50 million strong. No, the check ain't been cut yet. He still had a few loose dollars. He got this beautiful creature. She say, not Zoo. She did it. Hey, you want to hang out? You got to understand, it was the immediate words after that. I'm going to be a cop tomorrow. I'm going to take my test. And only the switchboard records, police records, could verify this through confidential information. So when she said it, Zoo could not imagine her as a cop, but she could. You know, it was a hell of a situation where you see somebody in a way they don't see themselves. Damn it, I see you having more money than Princess Diana. And shout out to Princess Diana. Baby, I see you having more money than anybody in the world. You said with your tongue, you want to hang out with Zoo. You want to be in love. You want somebody to hold your hand. You want somebody to protect you. You want somebody to guide you through the scripture. You said that. Not Zoo. You want somebody to help you. You know, it was the desperation in the way she said it. Hey, I'm finna go risk my life for this money. I'm finna put it all on the line. And Zeus said he could not imagine that. No, only thing he could imagine was the guardian angels, the Barbies, the new, not Charlie's angels. You know, stop, rookies. We want to make a distinguishment from Charlie's angels to Barbie's angels. You know these ones wearing uniform. And if you mess up, I mean, look at look at look at all the blood spatter. If you mess up, know my guardian angels, my Barbies, you know they don't play, they gonna get you. So he say, you know, he got Barbie thugs, the most gangster of the gangsters. No, do drugs every day. Don't give a damn. Sell you a piece of flesh right now. If you got the money for it. And we got those in the middle. No, they get up and go to work every day. They fighting the tax bracket. And then we got those that's super rich. No man ever spoke like this man about artificial intelligence. No man ever took the police on a journey as they took him on a journey. Then he reversed the journey. So zookeepers say he had to wait. You know, he could have got us there a long time ago, baby, but he wanted to make sure you was the real deal. And as Zoo been doing his thing, I mean, it's also just been putting her blanket of protection on Zoo. But they also used her like a pawn. And that's what we want to focus on today. You know, the people turned his woman, possibly, his wife, possibly against him for no reason. We got to understand what happened. You know, zookeepers say he wake up blood everywhere on his house. He say he loved God. He say he had a few dollars. He say he had 5 cars. He had Harley Davidson. He had Suzuki. He had 15 girlfriends at his disposal. He had ones that go to work and work 50 to 40 employees a day. He had ones that would do anything for him. And the anything was if it involved whatever that he wanted to do for the he wanted to do it. When he wanted to do it happened. They just could not stop wanting to be at Zoo House. It was like Pee Wee's Playhouse times 1,000. It just was pleasure beyond your wildest imagination. You just never stopped having fun. And you didn't have to have no money, but you had to have some sense. Because after a while, we were going to train you how to get some money. And if you wasn't able to get no money, then you had to go, honey. You got to go, honey. Ain't no free ride. But you get to eat for free for about 3 months. It's a hell of a situation. Zoo say we in the city of Beloit, a state of Wisconsin, United States of America, County of Rock. He got 21 issues that's gone to the petition for writ of search warrant, United States Supreme Court, because they played with him and sent him off surveillance. She was so beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, but when they sent him off Bailey, he did not see what they seen. Let's distinguish what God seen. And let's distinguish what Zeus seen. He seen Officer Bailey traveling new country, just enjoying herself singing. And you got to understand when she's singing, she moving. She got a little rhythm. And we went to the Beloit concert last night. We seen all the people with the stiff rhythm. I mean, they were stiff. Some people was lucid in their movement. They had good movement. But what we focusing on today was the stiff one. And he wanted to know why he couldn't be with his friend, his homie, his wife, Officer Bailey, showing her off to the public. You know, it was a hell of a situation. But he told her to wait, and she didn't want to wait. So zookeepers say, we in a hell of a situation. He say he finna be rich, and now we trying to clean up the station. I mean, we want to clean it up. We want to re-educate. We want to rehire. See, Eagle got a hire in the firing process. You know, he gonna fire you. By book, you fired. You broke all the rules. You fired. Rehired. Zeus say he gonna fire all the police in his mind when he get his money from the Supreme Court decision that's forthcoming, because he's a grant writer. You know, the things he do to the people have never been done, but they love it, and sometimes they hate it. And shout out to Chief Judge James E. Peterson, because when they sent him Officer Bailey, they did not know Zoo would stop sleeping with all women. I mean, all of them. Baby, I give them all up for you. And who you want me to take out? to protect you, your mission. You know, we got to understand God give us jobs. He give us roles. We had a broke church. We got my baby at the church. The church ain't even got their own church. They ain't got no 501c plan, wrote no blueprint for the church, no kingdom economics, no artificial intelligence based programming, no education, no, but they accepting your tithe. And they got baby up there performing like a circus clown. You know, they had my baby up there performing for free. Baby, when you perform, you supposed to got at least 50 to 100,000. But you didn't know this. And you ain't signed no entertainment contract with the people that did you. And as we talking about contract, we want to figure out whether or not the city of Janesville, the city of Beloit, counseled Officer Bailey. You know, we focusing on Officer Bailey, but counseled Officer Bailey on what could have happened if she would have gave up that information. You know, Zeus say she could have been rich right away. Made it past the chief, made it past Officer Farney, made it to the United States Big House. You know, there's something new we gonna do. It ain't gonna be the White House. Right now, it's the White House. It's just gonna be the Big House. Ain't no color associated with it. We wanna see why they took down all the slavery statutes, and we wanna know why nobody challenged the color of the White House. You know, it's the white. It's the white in it, you know, and we as true Christians, we know the only thing white is purity. And purity means God. And we talking about the 10,000 interchangeable names that God got. But we believe in Jesus through God and ministry. Let's break it down. We in church. Zoo Church. Shout out to my dwelling angels. A shout out to all guardian angels. And we just not going to focus on the women because we know the man been pulling some strings. They never heard a pastor like the zoo, but they got on their hands and knees. They raised their hand at church. No, they say they confess their sin. And they believe God could wipe their slate clean as snow with his power, spiritually. Something you would never understand physically. So if we don't understand it physically, then spiritually, Zeus say him and Victoria met. Well, hell of a situation. Hold on, God, you sent me her. We had talk about her. She was coming. Zeus say she came in human form. It was a hell of a situation. And Zeus say when it happened, it was so illegal that they used my baby like a pawn. No, hold it, baby. I'm rich already. You can't just walk up on me like that. You know, I don't need no security because God's my security. And God's your security. But hold on. You gone too far with this thing. You not a worker. You a boss. You a queen. I mean, what the hell is you doing? You got the cowboy and Indian uniform on. You really did this thing. And you got to understand, when Zoo seen her at church with the uniform on, you know, he went in the mode, rookies. Hold on, not my baby. Anybody but her. Anybody but her. She not uniform material for the police station. But she there. They tricked her. She's supposed to have been all the way in Spain by now, traveling Spain, Ireland, Russia, Ukraine, Greece, Africa. And all she had to do was this. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. You know, baby and her angels, she put together, she gonna formulate her own team. And then Zeus say he run into these two creatures in uniform. Beautiful little Barbie doll. No, spoke up for Victoria. No, that ain't her daddy. You got it all wrong. You know, they spoke up for Victoria, knowing they could sing. One just had throat surgery. Shout out to the throat and the surgeon. We praying for a speedy recovery. And Zuki, Psalms 91 to be clad, and we decree it on you, but 119 to get you stronger. Read the whole thing. Shout out to Bittner, and shout out to that officer. Pulled up on Zoo Heat in mold at the library. Talking about the bacteria of it. A woman's room. No, a woman got some vicious bacteria in that woman. Zeus say he got 700, strands of this bacteria flowing through his body. No, he drank them all. He couldn't help it. No, he fully drank them all. And they were beautiful, wonderful, and gorgeous. It gave him a sense of power where power couldn't be described as power. So as we talking about why Zoo single, why Officer Bailey might be single still or married, but she played with Zoo. And it was the play like, see. Let's lock it in, people. And God say he gonna lead his sheep beside the still water. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, rookie. September 28th, 2024 is Gutter Ministry. Every day we got something new for you. Ain't no pastor gonna ever do you like Zuki. He say God said, God said he gonna lead the sheep beside the still water, when tribulation get tough. And, Victoria said, why you doing all this huffing and puffing in Janesville? No, you could go to Beloit. They gonna love it. They ain't gonna be able to get enough of it. And Zeus say, somehow, shape or another, he went to Beloit. And the people love it. I mean, the hood love it. The queens love it. The transgenders, they love it. The gays, the lesbians, they love it. They question now why in the world they venture off and do the things that they did, same way Victoria A. Bailey questioning herself right now. Why did I not settle down with this man? He was really rich. And we want to understand the rich man and the poor man. Lazarus as well. Jesus waited 3 days. He waited 3 days to bring Lazarus back to life. And Zeus said he wanted to wait about 4 years to bring Officer Bailey to the fullest extent of life. Just to let you know, if you ever think about getting a job as a police officer, it's a good trade. You might attract the likes of a real rich man. Really rich. I mean, filthy rich. I mean, super rich. I mean, richer than rich could ever be rich. All you got to do is put your church clothes on. Every day. And Zeus say we want to run that footage back from the Mercy Hill Church at the Armory and at the venue because Victoria always want to sit by Zeus. Why? Why you do that? So as we trying to understand what Zookeeper saying today, he's saying he think his petition for writ of certiorari fully gonna make it to United States Supreme Court, fully gonna save Officer Bailey and her new career. Her new career is, baby, just wake up and sing your song. You want 50,000 for it? You want 40,000? You want 100,000 for it? You want 20? You want 5,000 for it? You want to do it for free? You know, it's about exposure. Zeus say he want his woman, any woman he interested in, to have international exposure. She off limits. That zookeeper girl. You bet, boy, you bet not. Nigga crazy about his. And zookeeper say he had to wake up because he got a little too crazy. No, he was chasing everybody down that wanted to play with his women. And then he met this 15 crowd. You know, it's the 15 crowd in it. No, he say they was so beautiful, so wonderful, so gorgeous, they cheat on him and laugh about it, be with his friend the next day. And all he could do was laugh about it. And they would just get money. And then it was just a freak off. I mean, his freak offs was worse than B.P.D's freak off. We got fuck royales going on. We got 5 of them going at a time. We got shit, piss, guts, and liquid everywhere. It was a hell of a situation. You know, it's so he say the women were just getting freaky. I mean, freakier than the freaks that could ever be free. They were just exploring themselves. They were just having a goddamn ball. And we never invited no man in the bed. So can you imagine 5 to 15 girlfriends on you at a time, and all of them trying to blow your mind to make you isolate just for 1 second to think about just being with them? You know, Zoo been through a lot of trauma, rookie. Drama, rookies. And he say he broke up with all of them. No, only God could get him out that gamble. He was playing spades with the devil. It was, damn it, I love this game. He dealing the cards. Okay, I challenge you. Ain't no woman ever gonna be able to break me, hold me down, and get me married. No woman in the world gonna make me get married. No woman gonna steal my wealth. And then we meet Officer Baker. She come on Zoo. Zoo come on her. What's up, baby? What this about? You wanna hang out? What you mean? You stop. You too beautiful for me. You too beautiful for Zoo. Stop it, baby. Ain't no way you want to hang out with the old man. Stop playing with me. And she was very serious. So she show up with a work uniform on. And that upset Zoo. No, he want to see her sing in the choir. And she want to be a cop. No, it just something he don't understand. She could have went and got a gun. She ain't had no felony. She could have had